Hello and welcome to Moment of Truth on Labour Social. I'm Graham Hughes. Today I want to talk about how arbitrary and weird it is to truly believe that you don't want people from other countries coming and living here in the UK. According to the Tories, we're not just xenophobic, we're economically illiterate, xenophobic morons. To that I say, not all of us. Let's take a step back a moment. Let's imagine that we are not the brain-addled result of 120 years of tabloid poison, that we're not a bunch of weirdos born with a superiority stroke inferiority complex about the rest of the world. Let's pretend there was no British Empire. Let's pretend there was no British Commonwealth. Let's pretend that we were never part of the European Union. We never stepped foot outside of the confines of our own island, this rock in the North Sea. Now, could you imagine how small-minded, how parochial, how lacking in even the basic qualities of decency and respect you'd have to be to genuinely freak out if a nice family came to live on your street from a neighbouring village? Like, how long ago in history would you have to go back for that to be considered a perfectly normal reaction? For you to want to torture that family, for you to want to rip it apart, to cleave it asunder and scatter it to the four winds for the crime of moving down the road from where they were born. I see no difference in what's happening today in the UK with the prevailing attitude towards people coming from other countries. Borders are completely arbitrary. There was a time when France ran most of Britain. There was a time when England ran most of France. There was a time when we invited some bloke to come over from the Netherlands to be our king. And there was a time when we invited a German over to sire our future monarchs. I understand that people are xenophobic, but the question for me is why? It can't be because people from other places speak different languages. In the UK, we have a number of different languages. We have Welsh, Scots, BSL. Is there something that makes people who communicate using these methods inherently more dangerous than English speakers? Does it make them inherently less than you? Do they make you feel uncomfortable? Well, tough. We all come from the same country, the United Kingdom, and we have freedom of movement around the United Kingdom. So it's not languages that are the real problem with the gam-gams who are obsessed with stopping anyone who wasn't born in this country from entering the country. Maybe it's the colour of their skin. Well, again, the Gaminati freaked out about the fact that we had free movement around the EU and did everything in their power to get rid of it. And the thing with people from the EU, the vast majority of them are white, sometimes quite painfully so. So if it's not a problem with skin colour or communication, maybe it's a problem with religion. Oh, no, hang on. Most people coming from European countries, probably the same religion as people in the UK. People coming from Ghana, Nigeria, majority Christian. And in any case, half the population in the UK don't actually believe in a God, so who cares? Maybe the problem is that people from other countries have different cultures, but then the cultures around the UK are pretty diverse. The Welsh, the Scottish, the Cornish, the Scouse. You meet an old fella from Durham, he'll be speaking Pitmatic. You'll be able to understand the bloody word he says. And where would our culture be today without immigration? No Chinese takeaways, no kebabs, no curry houses, or Italian bistros. Just mountains of spam, boiled potatoes, and custard until the end of time. So what is it that makes the gam-gams shudder at the thought of people born in other countries coming here? I'll tell you what I think it is. There are millions of people in the United Kingdom who have next to nothing to feel proud about themselves. They don't feel proud about their achievements, their qualifications, their job. They don't feel proud of who they have as their partner. They don't feel proud of their own children. They feel proud that the UK was once on the victorious side of 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup. But that's about it. I mean, they feel pride when their footy team wins, perhaps. But in themselves, there's very little that they can claim success at in life. Except for one thing. They were born in the UK. That's it. That's like the only thing they've ever achieved in life. That's all they've got. But since it's all they've got, they cling to it like a barnacle on the arse of a humpback whale. That's what fuels their poppy rage. It's what makes them lose their shit on demand when told to do so by the tabloid press. It's what makes them so goddamn pathetic. And also what makes them hate, double hate, loathe entirely anyone born anywhere other than this rock in the North Atlantic. Because the fact that it really doesn't matter where you are born in the world. It is what you do with your life that's important. Is utterly terrifying to these people. They've done nothing with their lives, born into one of the richest societies that has ever existed in history, and they have squandered their time watching telly, picking their noses and playing World of Warcraft. 60, 70 years on this planet and fuck all to show for it. Their ungrateful brats hardly ever see them anymore, move to the other side of the country or the other side of the bloody world. Their grandkids don't even know them. They're fucked up and they know it. And seeing other people achieve great things in this country, people who weren't born here, drives them insane with jealousy. And that's the root of it all. But here's the thing. Let's say it loud and proud. Immigration is bloody fantastic. Encouraging it is the best thing we can do right now, short of rejoining the EU. And it's not just about culture, a varied gene pool, and nice food. If immigration was a bad thing, America would be the poorest country in the world, and North Korea would be the richest. Japan's unwillingness to truly open the doors to immigration is one of the major contributors to the fact that Japan's economy has barely grown since the 1990s. Meanwhile, Europe's willingness to embrace freedom of movement has seen the EU's GDP double in the last 20 years. It's a very simple equation, and everyone, including the people at the back who are not paying attention, should be able to get it. Educating children takes a long time and costs a lot of money. From the moment a child is born until they graduate university is unlikely to take anything less than 21 years. That means a child born in the UK today would not be entering the workforce until around 2045, which is far too late to be improving the economy now in 2023. But what you can do instead is take a fully formed adult human being, one who has already been educated in someone else's country, has all the qualifications required, and is ready to work today, and you invite them to come and work here. That means that you get the benefit to your economy immediately. And what a benefit it is. Even more so if they bring their family. They spend their paycheck in the local shops. They pay 20% VAT on almost everything they buy. They pay income tax. Rather than sending their remittances home, it's a better way to do it, to allow them to bring their family. They will spend more money in this country. Less money going out of our country is a good thing. With the Conservatives well and truly pulling up the drawbridge with this latest barrage of hateful, cruel and despicable immigration laws that will split up families and cause nothing but misery and grief for tens of thousands of good, hard-working people the length and breadth of this country, I feel it's high time we very loudly ask the question, what's wrong with immigration? It's all right when we do it. Let me know what you think in the comments below.